Hey everyone, welcome back to Pokemon Insurgence. I hope everybody is staying happy, healthy, and safe. Starting with this part, we are going to be beginning the post-game, but first I actually have to catch you up on a lot of information. So I added a couple of new members to the team. We're going to deal with those a little bit later, but first off I have to explain a couple things. So when I went to leave the Pokemon League, which I had to prepare for this part, the moment you talk to the Pika Taxi guy after you beat the Elite Four, he will actually give you a really cool item. So it's called the Pika Pad, and I suggest you register it as a key item because when you use it, you can fly from literally anywhere. So that is really nice. But the other bit of information is something I got wrong. So, do you remember those red Pokemon that we got as a reward for beating the league without having any of our party members faint? Well, it turns out they're not just red Pokemon. They're Pokken Pokemon. And there is a lot to say about that. So if I just go over here to the Pokken group, I leveled them up to level 100. Which is probably weird because they're over-leveled compared to the rest of my team. But there's a reason. I won't be showing it off right now, but they get special moves because they're Pokken Pokemon, basically. So you see right here, Gardevoir has this move called Fairy Tempest. It uses Synergy Burst to transport the targets into space and do massive damage. Machamp gets Dynamic Fury, which uses Synergy Burst to pummel the target up to 5 times, losing Synergy power with each hit. And Lucario has probably the most broken one here. It has the Aura Blast, which charges Aura Spears during Burst Mode and barrages the target, dealing more damage on the last hit. So that's pretty cool. They don't get these moves until level 100. And Burst Mode is pretty complicated. These Pokemon are pretty complicated. So to explain it really quickly, every 10% of your HP you lose as a Pokemon gives you a meter in the Synergy gauge. And when you get up to about 50% total, you will enter Burst Mode. So hopefully you're still following me here. And when you enter Burst Mode, you get a ton of interesting bonuses. So, only when you enter Burst Mode can you use the special attacks that these Pokemon get. And you also get a 10% increase to all your stats. You recover 1/8 of your HP at the end of every turn that you don't take damage. And you can't be flinched unless the opponent's attack, special attack, have been increased, or the other Pokemon is also in Burst Mode, or you get critical hit. And that's pretty much it. These are the only Pokemon in the game that can actually use these attacks, and they can't breed, unfortunately. I mean, they can breed, but you can't actually breed a Pokken Lucario. So if you bred this, you would just get a regular Lucario, which is unfortunate. There is also one last Pokken Pokemon, and you've seen it before. You actually have. It was Rukra's Mewtwo. It wasn't just Shadow Mewtwo, it was Shadow Pokken Mewtwo, which was absolutely crazy. And it has the move called Dark Nova. It follows the same mechanics, but Dark Nova has its own abilities, which basically, it's sort of like Photon Geyser from Necrozma in Generation 7. Basically, it comes off of the higher attacking stat that Mewtwo has, which is pretty cool. And I believe it hits twice. And I think there's a few other things to that, but that's pretty cool. That's pretty much it, though. So on this part, we're going to be beginning the post-game by taking on the Time List. We got the invitation, and we are going to go check them out. But first, we have to attend to the new team members here. So I have the Delta Petlil right here. And I leveled this up. I gave it the item that I wanted to give it. It's Jolly, unfortunately. I gave it the best EVs I could. And its moves are pretty bad, but we're going to fix that in a little bit. It's mainly just that the moves that I want to give it, I can't give it until I evolve it. Dino is a little bit different. I have a really fun Delta Hydreigon set that I want to try. So we've got the Metronome. We also have Echoed Voice, we have Hyper Voice, we have Earth Power, and we have Glare. So what we could potentially do is, if we want to, we can just hit something with a Hyper Voice, do some big damage, but also if we want to, we could hit them with an Echoed Voice and build that up with a Metronome. And with the Delta Hydreigon's ability and Toxicate, I'm not really sure what it was anymore. But that's basically like Pixelated, except for poison types. So that will turn this into a stab move and also give it a nice little buff. And I think, if I remember the calculations for what would happen if you did this with Pixelate, this comes out to like 780 base power at maximum. So I'm really hoping we could get that going. But first we have to evolve them. So I'm gonna drop a Firestone on the Petville first. That kind of looks pretty terrifying. And then I'll drop a couple of rare candies on Dino here. And one more. Now that's awesome looking. So everybody's just about ready to go. I do have to give the Lilligant some moves right here. So I'm going to be giving it Surf, and I think I also want to give it Thunderbolt. And that's from my TMs. So give this Surf right here. And then Thunderbolt is towards the bottom. So should be right about here. And the next two moves that I'm going to give it have to come from the move relearner, which is unfortunate. I also barely have enough heart scales for this, which is really, really annoying. I didn't have a lot of time to farm them in between parts. So I'm over here at the move relearner. And I would like Tail Glow. And of course, I would also like Fiery Dance. Fiery Dance is actually a really, really good move. So it is only 80 base power, but it's pretty consistent and it might raise my special attack. So imagine I get up only one Tail Glow. I could still rely on this to actually boost up and maybe pull off a sweep. Maybe. It's also why I have the Metagross right here. So I trained this guy up. I didn't actually bother giving him proper EVs, so he just has a bunch of HP EVs right now. So we have the Sticky Web, we have the Earthquake, we have the Toxic, and the X-Scissor. We're mainly using this for the Sticky Web. Hydreigon and Lilligant over here have decent speed tiers, but they're not really that fast. But I think with Sticky Web down, they can actually put in some pretty good work. So next up, we're going to be heading to the southern part of the city. And we're going to be heading to the cavern that houses the Timeless. So I'm sure you remember this. We've been here quite a few times now. So just head on over this way. Head on down over here. Remember to use the Mew Flute right here. And of course, Tesseract. Head on to the other side. Tesseract again. And we're basically almost there. It feels weird that no one is actually here to greet us, but if we head on into this cavern right here, where we met Mew, we'll notice that it leads to another cavern. I see. It's good to see you again. Congratulations on your recent victory over both the Elite Four and over Nyx. This is where we stay, timeless. The 8 trainers plucked from history chosen to guard the crystal that you found. But now that Nyx was defeated, the biggest threat to those crystal shards is gone. I suppose we will disband soon enough. We'll give you back the pieces you've won. There's no reason to guard them anymore. There's one last task we have before we can split. You see, when we gave Adam that crystal, it made him the guardian of the region. We chose the first augur. While we weren't able to choose the second, it's only appropriate we choose the next one. Looking around, there's only one trainer in Torn who I know is capable of protecting it as well as Adam could. The one who saved our entire universe. You, I see. But there are formalities to observe. If you want to guard the region, you're going to have to show us what you're made of. Don't worry, we're not sadists. You're perfectly welcome to heal your Pokemon in between bouts. This isn't some kind of Elite 7. When you defeat the main 7 of us, the way to our leader will open. Please take your time. We're in no rush, but we do need to choose a new augur. I also really like the background here. The last time I was here, this place didn't look as pretty, and the background, I don't think it actually was there. I'll be honest, I really don't have a preference for who we take on first, so we're going to start by whoever's door is closest to us. So directly to the left, we have Cynthia. So I'm going to save right here. I think my team is in pretty good shape. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to her. Hello, Icy. I'm Cynthia, from the Sinnoh region. I won't waste your time. I'm sure you're anxious to get to the end of this gauntlet, no? So, let's just begin. Sooner the better. It even has the music, the right music. That's amazing. So starting off here, we have the Spiritomb has Noctum for an ability, so we got that new Moonfield going on. We have the leftovers, we have Calm Mind, Lunar Cannon, Rest, and Sleep Talk. So I'm going to Mega Evolve right here, drop some webs. So she's going to Calm Mind up. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and knock out the Spiritomb right here. So that's a 2-hit KO. And from here, since this isn't the Elite Four, we actually do have the option to switch, and we will. So it's Hydreigon's time to shine. Here is the Togekiss that has Serene Grace, that has Roost, Air Slash, Fire Blast, and Nasty Plot. So I'm just going to drop an Echoed Voice right here. Drop another one, it's gone. Next up is Roserade, has Natural Cure, has Life Orb, has Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Sleep Powder, Extra Sensory. Gone. Next up is Garchomp. So just to show you how much this does, well, first we have to go over its moveset, but as Rough Skin has the Salak Berry, has Sword Stance, Earthquake, Dragon Claw, and Substitute. But just to show you how much this does to Garchomp, look at that. And the best part is, because she takes the time to full restore up, we can actually take it out. So unfortunately, Lucario is going to come out here. It's a Steel type, and we can't use this move on it. it's immune to poison types. Has Inner Focus, Life Orb, Sword Stance, Close Combat, Bullet Punch, and Iron Tail. But we do have the Earth Power, so we can still knock it out. And finally, we have the Milotic. So this is a pretty special Milotic. As competitive for an ability as the Milowite, as Moonblast, Scald, Recover, and Haze. So I realize I've never really gone over Mega Milotic, even though we have the Mega Stone ourselves. It has the ability Prism Guard when it Mega Evolves, which basically it's sort of like Iron Barbs or Rough Skin, but for moves that don't make contact. So mostly special moves. There's some other moves like that, but basically if you use a move that doesn't make contact on Milotic, it will deal about 1/8 of the damage to you. So I think I'm fine with sacrificing Hydreigon. I'm going to pop a Hyper Voice and do some big damage. And she'll take us out, but that's completely fine, because I have all these that I can take it out with. So I think I'll actually send in Metagross, and Metagross can finish this off. Or she can delay this a little bit. Alright, there we go. And that is the first Timeless down. That was great. Wow. Believe me, as a former champion, I know how to recognize skill when I see it. I'm sure you'll get through the rest of the Timeless just fine. Alright, so on to the next Timeless. We're going to head immediately across the hall. This Timeless member is pretty unique. I feel like most people won't recognize him because he's never been in any of the games, but let's talk to him. My name is Alon. I'm an expert when it comes to Mega Evolution and Mega Pokemon. No offense, kid, but you don't stand a chance against me. I'll stomp through you, just like any other trainer. It's kind of a shame they gave him the Hoenn battle theme. So, this is the guy from the Pokemon anime that beat Ash in the championships of the Kalos finals. So, that's pretty cool. I'm probably going to pull the same stunt that I did. Actually, I might not. Actually, I will. That I did with Cynthia. So, set up some sticky webs. This is his Garchomp. It has Rough Skin, Rocky Helmet, Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Fire Blast, and Dragon Tail. Also, for the record, if you followed the anime, then you would know that he actually doesn't have a Garchomp. Normally this would be an Unfezant, and it actually is on easy mode, which is what he had in the anime, but I believe they gave this to him because I think Professor Sycamore had a Gible, and he took care of it sometimes. I think that's fine. But the rest of his Pokemon definitely were in the anime, which is pretty cool. So here we have Tyranitar. Has Sandstream for an ability, has the Assault Vest, has Dark Pulse, Stone Edge, Crunch, and Fire Punch. So I'm going to go ahead and do some big damage. Actually, I'm just going to take it out, that's fine. And if he wants to send out Charizard, he can. I'm thinking of what I'll send out. Actually, Hydreigon's a good send out. So, this is his Charizard. Of course, it's got the Charizard 8X. It has the Tough Claws ability, has Flamethrower, Blast Burn, Thunder Punch, and Dragon Claw. I don't know why, but they thought it would be funny to give it the same moves from the anime, which is absolutely amazing. I don't know if anybody remembers, but there were so many memes about the Charizard and Alon screaming Dragon Claw in Japanese. So next up we have the Metagross right here. Has Clear Body for an ability, has the Leftovers for a health item, has Meteor Mash, has Agility, has Psyshock, has Rock Slide. So I'm just going to drop an Earth Power right here, and we're pretty good to go. After that, we have Weavile. So I might actually send in Metagross. So this has the Pickpocket ability. Doesn't matter because it is holding an item. It's holding the Bright Powder as Protect, Night Slash, Ice Beam, and Double Team. So this thing is made to be annoying. Thankfully, it didn't get a chance to do that. And finally, we have the Bisharp as Defiant for an ability, which means the Sticky Webs gave it +2 in attack. As the Focus Sash, has Thunder Wave, Guillotine, Iron Head, and Focus Blast. I don't remember how much of the set was actually in the anime, but I do know that it did have Guillotine in the anime, and that it actually landed it. So, that's something. I actually remember some people were pretty salty about that too. But this is going to be Alon. Well, just stomp on my life. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Good luck. But get out of here. You got members of the Timeless to challenge. I don't think he would actually be that salty. But he's right, we have more people to challenge. So we're gonna go ahead and go in here and meet up with this unique looking person. So this is probably one of my favorites, even though they are kind of a self-insert. Greetings, I see. I see. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I haven't battled since I battled Zeta in the Roma region. This was before the whole Cypher event, of course. I don't need to recount Zeta's adventures to you, do I? Everyone knows them. I'm excited. Let's go. Show me what you're bringing to the table. And he's even got his own theme. So if you haven't recognized the name already, this was the former lead developer of Insurgents. It's actually a really good theme too. So he's got the Jingar, it's got the old Levitate before Gen 7 decided that Jingar didn't need it anymore. Has the Black Sludge, has Trick, Toxic, Substitute, and Hex. So I'm just going to pop off the Mega Stone right here. I don't know if I actually want to bother setting webs. Yeah, I do. The guitar is pretty good too. So I'll probably just stretch take this out with X's right here. Ow, that hurts. Actually, this is fine. This is fine. I'll just let him take me out. And who should I send in? I know I could send in Glory right here. This Jingar is actually kind of a problem. I really want to send in Milligans, but I'm afraid it's not going to do what I want it to do. Especially since that Jingar is going to be able to drop a ton of damage on me. I think I'll send in Glory right here. So I'll just go straight for the Outrage right here. Get rid of this thing. Get that out of here. He's going to send in Haxorus. It has the Mold Breaker, has the Muscle Band, has Sword Stance, Draco Jet, Earthquake, and Iron Head. Doesn't matter. It's gone. Next up we got Kingdra. So I actually think I'll send in Snorlax for this. So it's got Sniper for an ability, has the Scope Lens, has Rest, Sleep Talk, Draco Meteor, and Focus Energy. I don't know why, but there's quite a few Sleep Talk and Rest sets in these Timeless battles. It's kind of weird. But anyways, that is the Kingdra down. Next up is going to be Aegislash. So maybe I should... Yeah, why not? So this has Stance Change for an ability, of course. It's an Aegislash, it can't have much else. It has Quick Claw, has Atomize, Destiny Bond, Shadow Claw, and Iron Head. I'm going to go ahead and pop off that Tail Glow. And I might max out my attack, actually. I don't think there's much he can do to me. Yeah, I'll go for it. And then we will pop off. Ow. There we go. So, lived on 1 HP. That was unfortunate, but we're gonna pop off hard now. So next up we have the Jirachi. Has Serene Grace for an ability, but it also has the Jirachiite, which is kind of a problem. It has Doom Desire, Future Sight, Calm Mind, and Wish. So Jirachi has a weird ability as a Mega. It's called Periodic Orbit. So Periodic Orbit affects the moves Doom Desire, Future Sight, and Wish, which of course are all the moves that this thing has. All these moves will actually activate twice after a single use, but they'll activate on different turns. So Wish activates one turn after, and then 3 more turns later. Or rather, 3 turns after the original use. Doom Desire and Future Sight will activate first after 2 turns, and then after 3 more turns after that, or after 5 turns total. So this is interesting. The good news is that these moves can't be spammed. And what I mean by spammed is if there is still 3 turns till the second Doom Desire goes off, then Jirachi can't set up another one. It has to use one of its other moves. So that's pretty good. Also, the design is pretty cool, actually. I think it's kind of underrated. It has that little gap on its forehead when it Mega Evolves, and I think that's supposed to be like a second eye or something. And finally, we have this Walrein here. Has Ice Body for an ability, has the Leftovers, has Hail, has Toxic, Attract, and Double Team. It's complete taunt bait. It really is. And I'm just going to drop a Thunderbolt and get that thing out of here. Wow, that was refreshing. Thanks for the fantastic battle. You're a very skilled battler. Good luck with the rest of us. Thanks, buddy. So that's actually a really fun battle. That's not the last of him, so don't worry about that. And I think I have some max revives. I never use them, so I might as well use them now. Because it certainly beats going all the way back to the Pokemon Center. Anyways, let's move on to the next challenge. So right over here. Hello again, Icy. I suppose it's time to introduce myself. My name is King Vezrin. I founded 2 regions, one very, very far away, named after me, as well as Torn itself. I'm definitely the oldest person here. I tamed the Wilderlands of the planet into a glorious region with my own 2 hands. But never you mind that. Let's get going, shall we? Alright, we shall. And finally, he introduces himself to us. So, King Vezarin starts off with a Bisharp, as Defiant has the Black Glasses, has the knockoff Sword Stance, Iron Head, and Sucker Punch. It's gotta go. I can't risk this thing setting up on me. And that's why I like Metagross. So one Earthquake and that thing is gone. Next up he's got the Victini. I've got a Snorlax and we should be pretty good with that. So Victini has the Victory Star ability, which raises its accuracy by about 10%. Has the Life Orb, has Blue Flare, has Focus Blast, has Psychic, and Grass Knot. So Snorlax has really good special bulk. So we can actually tank that, and we should be able to knock this thing out. Sometime soon, hopefully. Oh, that was pretty close. There we go. So next up, he wants to send in Goodra, and I don't know if I want to stay in. I think I'll send in Mew. So Goodra has the Sap Sipper ability, has the Choice Band, has Outrage, Earthquake, Power Whip, and Iron Tail. You don't see a lot of Choice Banded Goodras, so I'll set up a Reflect. And I'm actually going to Baton Pass. So I'll Baton Pass into Glory, who should take pretty much nothing from this. So it's over at this point. I'll set up Sword Stance right in this Goodra's face. It's Choice Banded, so it can't actually lock itself into a different attack. And he's done for. Next up, he wants to send in Cobalion. Cobalion has the Justified ability, has the Leftovers, has Calm Mind, Focus Blast, Flash Cannon, and Hidden Power Ghost. You don't see a lot of special Cobalion sets either. Actually, you do sometimes. We also have the Salamence right here. Salamence is an absolute threat. Has Intimidate, but that turns into Aerial 8. Has the Salamencite. Has Dragon Dance, Return, Roost, and Substitute. So thankfully we have the extreme speed for this. This thing has to go. It cannot be allowed to stay. Way too dangerous. After that we have the Gyarados. So Intimidate, Leftovers, as Waterfall, Rest, Sleep Talk, and Thunder Wave. And it's gone. Not bad, kid. You're not bad at all. You just have to get through the rest of us now. And that's nice and all, but we still have 3 Timeless members and their leader to take on. And it's already been 30 minutes. So for now, I think we're gonna call it a video. So on the next part, we will take out the rest of the Timeless, and I'll make sure that we do something else after we gain their approval and they fork over the crystal and whatnot. So for now, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, hope it helps, and I will most definitely catch you all on the next one. Peace.